So I was on the good old Facebook the other day and I saw a nice little panel truck for sale. And price seemed okay. I messaged the guy. I thought it would have been sold. He said he still had it and he said he'd give me a good deal. But as a result of going there to look at this, we saw these gems sitting in the background. And that's one of them there. 71 VW Bug. And we got this Baja. It's got an inch of dust on it, but it's freshly painted. But it came with pretty much all the parts to go through it. So I've been wanting a Baja project for a while here. So I'll turn around here. Been wanting a Baja project for a while here, and for my daughter actually, and ended up buying a package deal with a bunch of VW parts as well. The two Bajas. Now I know what you're thinking. You know, I don't know what Monica Lewinsky saw in Bill Clinton either, but maybe it was his eyes. His eyes, right? Anyways, I can't speak for her. All that I can do is just keep doing what I'm doing. And on this episode of Bucket of Cars, we're going to take this 1971 VW Bug and see if we can get it running after sitting for about 20 years. So I guess we're going to find out how many Bug fans we have in the page, or the group, or the channel, whatever the heck it is. This VW Bug I bought, probably just going to kind of sell it as a parts bug in all honesty, but it'll be nice to see if we can get it up and running. It has been sitting for a while. I'll put up a picture in one of the corners here of the registration with the last time that it was registered. It did come up from the States. It's now up in the lower mainland Canada, but it has American registration. I got all the documentation from it crossing the border. But enough with that legal paperwork mumbo jumbo. Let's do a walk around this bug, see what we're up against, and yeah, let's just see if we can get this thing up and running. So I believe it's a 1971. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. It's not a Super Beetle. From my understanding is that the Super Beetle has a curved windshield. This one does not. There's a couple other differences that a Super Beetle has. I believe, well, the dash is different, and there's a couple other things, I guess. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have gone down to the States to import this. The paperwork says that he did only pay $200 for it. So maybe, I guess, because the motor, if it does run, the motor is probably worth a lot more than $200. But body-wise, I mean, it's not very good. And actually, if anyone has any tips for removing the chrome trim, because the Baja Bug over here, it's all stripped, and I got to put new chrome trim in, and I don't have any. So I was thinking of this one. Honestly, it looks pretty good all the way around. I don't know if it's worth just buying chrome trim somewhere, but if anyone has any tips of how to remove this, because I've been practicing. Like I said, I bought this as a package deal. It came with some extra doors. This door here was pretty much junk, and so was the chrome trim, so I thought I'd try and take this out nicely, and what a complete piece of work that was. It never came out nicely. Like I said, it was damaged already, so I don't really care. But if you got any tips on how to remove the window chrome for me, I'd really appreciate that one. Maybe it's just best to buy new ones, and I just haven't been able to find them under a quick search on the internet. But anyways, back to the Bug. It's definitely got its surface rust or textured patina here and there. I really don't know if I'm even going to touch, like I said, any of this. It would just be nice to get it up and running. Didn't get any keys with it, so maybe they're in the car. I'm not too sure. We just pushed her in here off of the trailer, and that's about it. The engine is there. It's got like a high performance carb adapter, so that's really good. We'll have to take a look at that. Got some hoses that go nowhere. Oh, I don't think you saw that. These hoses. I'm not too sure what else we got going on here. Definitely some grass. It's probably was sitting in a field somewhere. But besides that, the engine looks fairly complete. Looks like someone's been in here. You can see the coil wires dangling, so maybe it does have an issue with starting. I'm really not too sure. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the motor turn over with one hand, but let's just give that a go and see. I can't. I'm gonna have to put it down or something. Let's see if I can go this way. Oh, it moves. There you go. So it's not seized. So that's a start. Yeah, that's the engine there. Guess we kind of should have gone under the trunk to see what goodies it has, but let's just walk around. We'll go there and then we'll take a look inside the car. Came with a bumper, which I don't know. I thought it was going to be a new one because he said it was like new, never used, and clearly it's in horrible shape. So that's probably going to get tossed in the scrap pile. Set it right there. Haven't opened up the hood yet. Oh, and it's not opening. So let's see if we can see if there's a release in here. That's super stiff. Hello stuff. Anyways, just a bunch of stuff piled in here. I don't know how good the seats are. They actually don't look too bad, but I don't know what's under them. Let's see. This should be the release, I think. Doesn't really feel like anything's happening, but let's go to the hood and try it again. Nope. I don't know. I might have to put the camera down and use both hands. It's definitely not wanting to open up, but I guess while we had a peek inside, let's take a rest of the peek in here. Door panels don't look too bad, so that's cool. Got a nice moldy sun visor. What's this? What's that? A horn button, maybe? I think that's a horn button. Yep. Sorry, I was looking down on the camera. We got a bee's nest in here. Probably old. Doesn't look like too much valuable anything in here, honestly. All right. So while I clean out this VW bug on time lapse, why don't you take a minute to just click and like and subscribe. You can take a look, and I got other videos of Will It Runs already up, and I got more to come. So please like, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, passenger seat looks to be in decent shape. The floorboards actually don't look... Come on now. There we go. Floorboards don't look that bad. I mean, yeah, there's a hole there. But I've seen cases where the freaking battery will just fall right through right here. Over on the other side, definitely looks like it had some pooling of water. Wiring looks a little affected. Mouse crap kind of everywhere. I didn't look behind the seat. There could be something of interest back there. I really don't know. But the driver's seat's got a rip in it. Looks like possibly a rat's nest is going to be inside there. I don't know if you can even see that, but there's a hole right there. We got the battery here. We're going to put it in and do a fire check, test, whatever. This vehicle has been sitting for a long time. This is definitely not the right battery for this car. Let's take a look here. No arcing, no sparks, so that's good. And, oh, I can see why there's no arcing or sparks. We've got the one wire going to the starter. Still think I hear something. Anyways, we got, that's hot. It's from the positive side, so I'll just put it on this side. It looks like a lot of this wiring is toast on this side. I think what we're gonna do is not even worry about it, because we got, like, this just broke off. We got too much wiring gremlins here, so we're just gonna probably jack it up take this wheel off so we can get to the starter a little easier. We're going to bypass the ignition and we're just going to hotwire it at the starter. So what's really important when jacking up a car is you don't want to just put the jack in without looking where you're putting it. You always want to check to see if it's under something important, so you don't want to crush. You just got to really be careful. These vehicles, I mean, they're old. It could be rusty. If you don't check where you're putting it, you could be jacking it up under a vital part that's not that strong. Things will crack, things will give. It just won't end nicely. So just make sure you get on your back, you take a good look, you make sure you know where the heck it's going. I think the wheel's up now. That's pretty good. We'll blast this wheel off and see if we can get to the starter. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There it is. We got I think the starter. Yep. There it is. I see it. Okay. So starter's right there, and got lots of mud. Good. I like it. Heater ducts are all there, so that's cool. What's that? Nice little wire of some kind. Okay. Well, we'll gonna need some extra wires, some alligator clips. We're gonna run some wires all the way up to the coil as well. Try and get some power. We'll grab a screwdriver here and see if I think the battery's still hooked up. See if it'll at least turn over. It should. Did it disconnect the battery? She's still connected. Hasn't burnt down yet, so that's always good. Alright, can I even see in here? A little touch. Just wiggle it around in here until something happens. There we go. I got burnt out the connection. Where is it? Come on. Just can't get my arm in here. She's in gear and she turns over. So that's a start. So they probably sell these somewhere. I really don't know where. All it is it was my dad's, and you've seen it on every Bullet Run video that I use. And it's just a spark plug, or it's not really a spark plug tester, but it helps find out if a vehicle, engine of any kind, really has spark. You just use it by unplugging one of the leads. I guess you need it from the spark plug side, to be honest with you. So let's go in here, put that down. I'll put my gloves on, huh? This side actually looks a little easier to get, so let's do this side. So we'll grab this one, wiggle it out. There we go. So that's the lead there. That goes to the spark plug. And then what you do is you just need to ground it out. So you put this on, and then the clamp you put on the ground. I like to try and find a spot that you can still see it from. So I'm not sure if I can pull this. Which one is this? It's this one, isn't it? I think it's this one. Okay, so if I put it here, I'm just trying to do this so that you guys can see. Get back on there. There you go. And then I'm going to use probably right off the distributor if I can. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. Go just like that. It's not the best ground. I'd rather have a better one, but it should do. If we have spark, you're going to see it right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my phone on video, because I'm going to be under the fender trying to jump start it. As long as I can see. Oh, I have a feeling my phone's just going to fall when I crank it over, but Yeah, I can see it from the video. You guys are watching there. I don't think you're going to see anything, but let's see if it turns over and has any spark. Where's that starter again? Should be enough to check for spark. I'll take a look at the video. I'll probably have already had it up in the corner playing for you guys while I was doing that. Well, I'm an idiot. Of course it's not going to have any spark. I don't have a key. In order to have it have sparked by hot wiring it at the starter, you have to have the key in the on position. Well, because I don't have a key, I don't have an on position, so what we have to do is we have to put power. Oh, sorry, not to the distributor. Power to the coil. Okay, guys, this is pretty simple what I'm doing, but I'll just show to people what I am doing here. I don't know if I'm zoomed in or zoomed out here, but I'm seeming very close. I just have the one hot. I didn't even hook up the negative. Here, I don't believe I need it because the ground strap is doing its job right here. We got the hot going all the way around here, under the car, connected to the little yellow wire. Yellow wire connects to the red wire, and the red wire goes to the coil. So if the ground in the car is working, which I believe it is, this is my test light. I can hook it to any ground. Might as well test the same ground that we're going to be checking for spark, and then it should light up. Oh, and it's not. So I might not have a good ground. The terminal did come off. Connected to the jumper cable. Hopefully it'll reach and not short out. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so now my test light does work. Should have power here. Yes, I do. Did you guys see that? Yes. So we got power going to the coil. We're going to find out now if we have spark. I'm going to have to get my phone out again and jump it. We're focused on there. I'll put it in the top corner as we try and crank this. Let's take a look and see if we got spark ground. I don't know what it is. Here we go. Oh, come on. Well, now it's not working under here. I gotta grab a flashlight. Okay, I just checked and rechecked and rechecked. If we got power going to the starter, we do now. Whether it's gonna turn over or not, I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of loose or poor connections. So we're gonna try and record. Looking up at the, yeah, I can see it here. Put it up in the top corner again. Hopefully, it jump starts now. Oh, maybe the starter's toast. Maybe the starter's toast. Okay, well, let's give this a couple hits. See if that does anything. Well, that's going to suck if this thing doesn't have a starter. I really don't want to pull one, but if I have to, I guess I have to. So, I want to get under there and take a look at the starter. I'm going to need it higher. Oh, so this wire maybe. Come on. Oh, yeah. Perfect. I like it. Sideways. There we go. Okay, so let's see if I can see anything out of the ordinary under here. Honestly, it's probably either a bad connection or a bad starter. Am I even recording this, or am I just talking to myself? I don't know. I love how I always bring out gloves and I never even use them. Let's put them back on. Let's see what we got. Let's disconnect the coil because it's probably piping hot now. It's not. It's actually not hot at all. makes me believe that that coil is bad. It also feels dented. Let's just take that apart. And let's go under there and see what we can see. See what we can see. Okay. Here we go. Yep, I'm recording. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Great. Perfect. Whoa, sparks! What do we got going on here? Can't grab it. Okay. Yep. So, need to whack it a bit more with the starter. It's just not engaging. Come on, I've been good, I've been good. Come on. At least you guys can hopefully laugh at me. Let's put this back on the positive side. I can see that. Grab the spark plug. Spark plug starter. Freaking screwdriver starter is what it is. Let's go right here so I can see. Okay, ready? Here we go. Yeah. So, was there spark? Spark? There was no spark. So, what we have to do is we got to go onto the distributor cap, take a look at the points. We'll disconnect that just for now. I'll probably forget it and wonder why there's no spark. We're going to go on the distributor cap. The points are probably no good. Something. Clean them up. Let's take a look. Oh. She's a little stiff. Get off of there. There we go. Alright, what's in here? Well, that doesn't look too bad. Come on now. Well, that's, that doesn't look too bad at all. Yeah, sand her down. Minty. Okay. Well, there's, yeah, okay. There's a lot of corrosion in the, it looks bad. Let's take a look. I'll bring you in here. What we're doing here is we're trying to get right in here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, my fingers in the way, but this moves. Oh. I thought that the points were stuck to it, stuck to each other and leaving it behind. Anyways, I'm going to get, I'll just use my test light. We're just going to open it up. And then what you can do also is you can just crank this over. Now that I have two hands, I can probably do it like this. And you just wait till they open, which is right there. They just opened. And then you don't need to pry it open. And you just got to sand it down. So that's a nice clean connection. Well, I sanded, and then I sanded some more, and after I sanded some more, I sanded a little bit more. Finally, we've got it so that the points are actually sparking. So, why don't you scooch on over? Come here. We'll take a quick peek here. We'll see what we got going on here. We might be able to get this thing fired up. It looked really rusty in here, but we'll take a look. So, what I'm going to do is put you right in here. Come on. Don't be shy. Right there, those white little biscuits. When I open up the points, they're going to arc and spark. Watch. You see that? See that? You can probably hear it. Yeah, you can see it. Of course you can. Come on now. So, we've got spark going at the points. Do we have spark now translating or relaying or whatever the heck it is to the spark plug? So this is going to be attempt, I've lost count. Have you kept count? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Attempt again, and we're looking for spark right there. Sorry, I pointed really fast. This little guy right here that I'm touching. I have a feeling that you'll be able to see it. I'm going to pull my phone out again. Take a look at it on video, because I'll have to look back at it. Yep, I can see it. Okay, we're going to crank it over. We got the power connected, ground's connected. Sure, let's move that. And let's see if we got spark coming to the spark plugs. Let's get the flashlight so I can see what I'm doing. Pardon me. Okay. Ready? I think I can hear it. Was there spark? I'm pretty sure I can hear it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Come on now. Fingers crossed. You guys already know the answer. Oh! That's some good spark. That's really good spark. So, let's pause her. Let's get that out of there. Okay. Oh boy. Pull this off. We got spark. She's going to be running. We're just going to disconnect this because it's getting warm. We'll leave that apart now that it's working. Yep, the coil's hot. So, what we're going to do is, I was going to possibly do like a gravity feed or something, but I think I'm just going to skip that. What we're going to do is, I think I'm going to take the, I don't know what I'm going to do. Seriously, I'm flip-flopping. I'm going to take the top of the carb off first. Fill the bowl, take a look at it, see what it looks like. Fill the bowl and see if we can get it to at least just idle without really anything. What I mean by that is that without running the old fuel from the gas tank to it, we'll disconnect that. I'm not too sure if I got a container anywhere that we can really use for gravity feeding. I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for something. But if I fill the fuel bowl, this thing's got great spark. There's pretty much no reason that this thing's not gonna run the first chance it gets. So I'm thinking this is gonna be a better shot at just letting it start and actually run a decent amount the first time. So we'll take this carb, top of the carb off. Don't be losing the screws now. I'll be regretting it pretty quick that I decided to do this if that happens. This is what she looks like. Yummy. That's great. She's grimy. So I'm gonna clean that out. My plan is to put, okay. Hang there. Or not. Sure. We're gonna fill this up with fuel after I kind of clean this out a little bit. I'm gonna try and clean out that jet there, whatever that is. I'm gonna clean that out with a rag. And then that way when I do try and fire this up, hopefully it'll actually run for a little bit. So let me just do that. I don't know, maybe I'll record it. Maybe I'll put it on time lapse. I don't know. We got the carb cleaned up as best we can without pulling it off and actually cleaning out and rebuilding it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and just fill up the fuel bowl. That way when we do try and start it, hopefully it idles. I mean, hey, a guy can dream, right? Ain't no thing. Don't judge me. Could I have gotten a bigger jerry can? Like, for Pete's sake. Come on now. Here we go. Fuel float is coming up. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Well, she's primed. Now we're going to get the carb cover back on. So the moment of truth is here. Primed the carb. I have not hooked up anything to the fuel pump. I disconnected the fuel tank because it just looked like garbage. I don't have any small fuel line to gravity feed or anything with me right now, but it should idle for a fair amount of time. I'm going to prime the engine. I'm going to give it a go with my key, and I think it'll probably start and idle. All right, here we go. Come on. Choke down. She wants to. Here we go, and let's go. Come on. All right, let's open her up a bit. Why not? Why not? Let's see if she'll fire like that. Here we go, let's try it again. Close. Wants to, but it's not starting. Yeah, that's all she got. Okay, I'm not going to call this a win yet. It does start, but will it run? It's not running. We're gonna take this carb off, see if we can clean it up and get it to actually idle. So, but yeah, bugs they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun cars. I'd like to hear some of the stories that you guys have about them. Another one that I have is there was a dirt track out in Burnaby. It wasn't a track per se that you paid to go race on or anything like that. It was like someone's field out behind the keg in Burnaby, and I remember we went out there, and it was a bunch of co-workers, and I had the car just piled with people, and probably 3 in the back, and me and another person in the front, and we'd be ripping around this track, and it had puddles and stuff like that, and the thing was so rusty. I always joked, because I always said that it had a sunroof, and people would be like, when they saw the car for the first time, "Where's your sunroof?" I'm like, "Oh, it's in the floor." It had holes throughout the whole thing, really. And I'd be freaking just bombing through this dirt track. And every time I went through the puddles, the mud just would come right up through the floorboards, and it would hit the girls in the back. And I kept on going around the track and faster and faster and faster. And there was this one area, it was kind of hairpinny. And I felt like that I could get, jump the bug in that area. But we just couldn't go fast enough. So I tell one girl, you get out and let's try again. And I tell the next girl, and I tell the next girl, and finally it was just down to me and this one other girl, and I went flying around the corner, fastest I ever did. And I thought for sure I was going to get air, except the freaking I took the corner a little too sharp, and I hit the inside berm, and it just shot me to the outside, which had this dirt pile. And all I remember is saying, "Uh-oh," and then seeing sky, because the bug just shot straight up to the air, and then when it came crashing down, we were just looking at nothing but bushes and trees and everything like that. And the car died, and we got, I'm going to take this out of the way, we got it started again, and I drove back. The other three girls, they didn't know what the heck, where we were or anything like that, so we limped the car back, and there was a tree that was hooked in the front bumper, sticking like 10 feet that way, and ever since then, the earlier story that I said about the vehicle, that it would always turn to the left if you let go of the steering wheel, ever since then, that's why. It just freaking bent up the whole front end and everything, but fun stories, to say the least. Everybody's got a good car story, and it seems like bugs, they seem to always have a decent little story. Why is this not working? Here we go. Get that out of the way. So yeah, if you have a moment and you can say what kind of bug story you got, I'd like to hear it. Everybody likes a good car story. Pry this up. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So two bolts, two easy, just plug and play wires, and a vacuum line. And that's it, and a fuel line in. So yeah, so we're gonna take this. I'm gonna take it, drain out all the fuel, and we'll take it apart and take a closer look at it. Hey guys, welcome back to learning how to rebuild a carb without a carb kit or anything. I should have video recorded when I dumped this out, and I don't know if it's going to show or if there's any left in here, but look at that, it's brown. I don't know if it shows up, but it is brown. So the fuel that I put in there, that was good, it instantly became bad. We're going to take this apart, we're going to clean it out. Now that I can take a look at this a little bit better, well, we're just going to see what orifices we can get to and not. Always lay down a nice clean sheet. I'm already dirtying it up, but always lay down a nice clean cloth or something. I use absorbable pads, to be honest with you. Not because it soaks up really oil or anything like that, but simply because if you're working on a nice clean piece and you drop a part, could be a small spring, could be a ball bearing, could be anything, then at least it's easy to find, and it doesn't get contaminated. Nothing will get really contaminated with anything. So I kind of got my one work area here. I'm putting the extra parts over here on a separate piece of clean Absorball, and we're just going to take this cap off again. You guys saw me take it off earlier. Once this is off, we're going to see how much further we can actually get into this carb, and why is it not letting the bug idle. So I didn't play around with the screws. The interesting thing is that the throttle cable was not connected to this carburetor, so you could think that maybe someone swapped this carb with another one, and this one is a bad carb for sure. My rationale is because how hard this was to pop off the, is that working? Yeah, that works. How hard this was to pop off the top, and how hard it was to pop the base of the carb off the motor. It's been mated to this for a very long time. Nothing seized on the top end. This actually moves quite freely. It needs to get cleaned up a little bit more. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. I'm just looking at it. You got multiple different orifices. So what I like to do is you just pick a hole. I don't know, almost hit the camera there, but I'm shooting I'm using brake clean of all things, but I'm shooting it this way, but it's coming out the top. So it's just blasting whatever it needs to blast through. I don't know what that one's doing or where it's going, but it might be plugged. There we go. I just broke it free. And look, all the brown, I don't know if you can see on the tabletop, but it's just, this is clean. I'll spray it right here. It's clear. This is all brown, just garbage. Oh yeah, I can push it in now. It was packed solid. So that's one orifice. And always be careful. Where's it coming out of? That's a That's a jet. Okay. Always be careful. This will hurt your eyes. Let's see. Where's that coming from? Is that the jet as well? Yeah. So those are the jets. One's there, one's there. See how it's shooting back at me? So that's all you do. Those are plugged absolutely solid, so she's clean now. This, there's a pin inside here. This is what the float would hit, and it would stop fuel from coming into the carb. So we're just gonna shoot it right now. It will come out the bottom. Almost hit you guys again. Okay, this thing is pretty much clean. Now, let's move on to the actual carburetor. So I cleaned out the jet when it was on the engine. Yep, that's clean. The orifice is clean. It's spraying in there, so that's good. I do not want to wreck this gasket. Hopefully, it'll just peel off just nicely. You don't need to take the gaskets off if you don't want to, but if they're coming off nicely, then it's nice to just get them kind of out of the way. It's a little stuck right here. It's just around an orifice that was pressed. There we go, got it. So that's off. I'll be able to reuse that. We're going to clean off this. Oh, the float just lifts out. So look at that. So now I know the float, while it's in the car, you can actually service it. So this is how it would be sitting in the car. If you were standing at the back bumper, this is where the front would be. And you just pull out that plastic clip that I pulled out. And this should, come on. Oh, it's on a hinge. Okay. So this is on a hinge, I think. Nope, there we go, it's out. That's the pin for the float. I'm learning as you go, guys. So this is absolutely disgusting. Hopefully you guys can see this. Ready? Watch this. Oh, it doesn't even do justice. It's brown. So we're gonna spray this out. Again, I'm just using brake clean of all things. Gonna get it all cleaned out. Try not to get it in your eyes, guys. It does sting. Done it many times. It's not nice. Look at that. Yeah, I think this is gonna run. Oh, there's go again. I think this will run if we can just get it cleaned up. Get all this crud out of here. We're almost there. The carbs are very basic. Very basic. We're winning. Okay, we've got a little bit of varnish and tar almost. horrible looking stuff right at the bottom. But if it's not coming off with me scraping it, then it ain't gonna really come off. I don't think. I could let it sit and soak, but we're doing okay. So this is the accelerator pump, I believe. And how does that work? It pivots. How does that work? Weird. Oh, it's just a. Okay, sure. It's just a spring. Okay, so I'm going to get a little screwdriver in here, just a smaller one. We're going to scrape up this crud on the bottom. See if we can free it up before we put it back together. I don't want to suck it back in. Come on. And super brown still, but it's a lot better. The only orifice that I'm not sure about is this one right here. That guy. And I don't know how. Sorry, I'm just concentrating on this. I don't know how it comes into there. There's a couple orifices up here. There we go, clean that out. Another one. Clean that out. Not too sure where that one went. Goes straight down to the bottom. Geez, I'm almost hitting you guys. Sorry. I'm gonna wreck my camera. That one goes there. Okay, there's just one that if I hold the throttle open, I can probably get right to it there. Yes, I can. And I don't see anything coming out of it, but I think we have just cleaned out pretty much every single orifice in here. So, if all goes well, this is a really simple carb, guys. It might as well be a carb for a back of a lawnmower. Very, very, very simple. If all goes well, this is now just going to be a reverse of what we just did with taking it apart. We're going to put this, just wipe it down a bit. Make sure that it spins freely, which it does for the float. We're going to slide it back down here. Perfect. The plastic retainer then goes in here somehow. I guess it goes, I don't know, it does go a specific way. Okay, that's good. So it's not restricting it. Perfect. One thing that I am going to do, I'm going to take that back out. I'm going to take the float back out and just spray it down. Because I did not do that. It's a little grimy. Yummy. A little grimy. Perfect. Okay, let's get this back on. I'm going to have the world's driest hands today. That's okay. That's okay. So put that back in there. Put the retaining clip back in there. There we go. Now the float will not bounce out. Let's get this gasket back on. What I would like to get is, what is it? A sonar cleaner or something like that. Those things look pretty sick. I got some jets to clean out here too. They essentially, nothing's down there that I need. They essentially do a high frequency. There we go. Oh. They do a high frequency cleaning of your parts, and there's honestly, my neighbor down the hill swears by it, and he says that you can clean anything. So for super old parts that you can't, they're obsolete, you can't get them anymore. He just says you throw them, throw an old carburetor in the ultrasonic, I think it is. Anyways, and it comes out and it's crazy. I don't know if any of you guys have one of those, but if you do, let me know how it works. Let me know the proper name for it, because again, I just don't retain any proper names of anything. Doesn't matter if it's a person or a part or a tool. I could explain what I need, I just don't remember the name of it. Definitely a flaw I gotta work on. But anyways. Okay, so as you can see, this carb did not take that long. We're gonna throw it back together. I don't know, this looks like it's at 13 minutes. So in the time that you take a carb off, like this is the thing, guys, and I get caught up in it too. You know, you sit on the couch, you start doing nothing, and you've got a project car out in the shop that you could be working on, and you think, I don't have time for that. Oh look, this hasn't stopped once because I've been hearing me ramble. And I don't know, it probably took me a couple minutes taking the carb off. I was telling you a story about how I was jumping a bug when I was taking the carb off the motor. So in probably 20 minutes all in, I don't know how long this is, 20 minutes, we're going to have the carb on, then off, then taken apart, then back together, and then back on. So people that say that you don't have time for this stuff, you just got other priorities, and I get it. I'm busy too, but it's kind of cool to be running and working on some of this stuff. I'm not going to keep this bug, but It'll sell for a lot more if it's a runner. So the float is working. Take that off. Let's go like that. We got the engine primed. We got barely any gas in there. I think we're there. I think we are there. Connect that up. See if the battery is still hooked up. Yes, it is. She should fire up and run. So let's close. There we go. Okay. Keep going. Okay, so why did she die? She's leaking fuel. That's okay. She gonna squirt? Let's see if she'll start again. I think I gotta prime it. There we go. What have we got for fuel? There. Good. Front smoking. Idling. Keep idling. Stay idling. That's all I want you to do. Okay. The longest it's ran yet. Okay. Fuel line is still leaking in the back. Let's see if we can get it to the throttle. Okay. There we go, we just ran out. So why is that? What are you gonna do? Okay, I just opened up the choke fully and it didn't like that, so let's just see if it'll flash nicely. With a quick little startup, we're getting a little hazy in here. Okay, choke all the way closed, engaged. Come on. Doesn't like that. Doesn't like one click, two click. Actually, no, it likes one click, two click. Wait, doesn't like three click. Come on! Okay, so we got it running. Sounds pretty good. We're going to see if we can figure out the throttle, because it's not hooked up to the pedal right now. Well, we got the throttle hooked up. Nothing really crazy, just a couple bolts. And we got some air in the tires. We got her on the ground. We're about to take her for a little drive. Nothing, nothing crazy at all, just to see if she'll move and stop. I know what's going through your mind. Why do I even bother starting to work on this stuff with gloves on? And I gotta be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know why I do, but I always start with gloves on, you see me, and then I just give up. It's always the finicky stuff that you just gotta take the glove off and, I don't know. Latex gloves, they do work. I don't have any right now. My hands aren't even coming clean. That's fine. So we're going to fill up the stationary, or the fuel can here. We're going to see if she'll start. We're going to see if we can close the hatch. We're going to see if we can just mosey on down the driveway there. Okay, we're going to give this a go. We're going to try and start it. Oh boy, this is going to be hard. I'm not going to be able to get to it with that. No, I'm just not going to be able to get to it. I didn't even think about it with putting the tire back on. I got my son Paxton, he's out of school. What I've done is I ran a wire from the starter inside the cab, and I'm just going to touch it on the starter because once I put it on the ground, I tried to start it and I couldn't reach my arm anymore once the tire was back on. So I did put some gas down the carburetor a little bit ago. I don't know if that gas is still going to be there since I've been messing around with the wire, but let's get in the car. No, that's okay. Oh, close the door, bud. It's pinching the wire. Close it, slam it.
Slam it?
Yeah.
Pinch the wire?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get the wire. Here we go. Okay, so if all goes well, I don't know what you guys are looking at, but this is what I'm doing. Is I just touch it here. Might as well put the clutch in. There we go. She ran. She started. So here we go. Let's see if she'll go forwards. I don't know what you can even see here, guys. Honestly, I'm in such tight quarters. And I think the clutch is in. Nope. I don't know if any of this stuff is connected. It doesn't sound like it. Oh, there we go. We're moving. We got brakes. Kinda. Do we got gas pedal? Let's see if she'll come out here. There we go. Look at this. Whoa, there's a plow truck there. Cool. We're running. Let's see if reverse works. Oh, I'm rolling back because of gravity. But that's, I can't see anything behind me and the brakes are not working. I really should have. Where's reverse? Is that reverse? No, that's forwards. How's reverse again? Over and down. There we go. There we go. We got reverse. Alright. We're going backwards. There we go. I don't know what's behind me. I can't see a thing. See what I'm looking at. I'm just in my yard. Alright, let's stop there. We got some brakes? I don't know. I don't have a window crank, but we'll close this door. There we go. Let's see if she goes forwards. Oh, it's helpful if you put it into gear. There we go. There we go. Look at this thing grip. Oh yeah. And brakes are rock hard, but she works. Runs good.
No kidding.
Hey there, bud. I'll floor it out of here.
He's gonna floor it. You almost hit the fence.
Alright, well I'm happy with that. Just stay still, okay, bud? I'm happy with that. Guys, I just want to thank you for watching this episode of Bucket of Cars. This 1971 VW Bug had been sitting since 2004, approximately 19 years, almost 2 decades, and I was able to get it running with pretty much just some time. I didn't really throw any parts in it. It actually holds a nice idle now. It can drive. It does have brakes, but I would definitely go over the brakes before taking it for a cruise. But as I've said many times already, it's just going to be a parts car. There's really nothing that I can do with it here without dumping a lot of money into it, and then I really won't get the money back out of it. But I just really want to thank you guys for watching. This is, I think, my 4th Will It Run video. I want to thank all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps you find other content that may be similar to mine that you would find interesting, and it puts it in your reel, and it also helps everyone else out for just finding something that, well, hey, that you find interesting and other people find interesting. So like, subscribe. Thanks very much. Stay tuned for more Will It Runs, because they're coming. I got a bunch of stuff that doesn't run, and it needs to. Take care, guys.